What's going on, everybody? Teddy Baldassarre from teddybaldassarre.com. In this video, we're going to be looking at a watch available for purchase on my website with the Marathon MSAR at 36 millimeters. So at any point you want to learn some more information, I'm a full authorized dealer of Marathon watches. I'll have a link in the description down below and also a promo code to get some free straps with your watch purchase. But guys, let's take a closer look at this watch. First, looking at a rundown of the specs here, we have a case size 36 millimeters, thickness 13.6 millimeters, lug width of 18 millimeters, lug to lug of 43.5 millimeters, water resistance of 300 meters, movement is an automatic Sellita SW200, crystal is sapphire, we have a screw down crown here, ISO certification is 6425. If you use promo code Search&Rescue at checkout, you can get 2 free NATO, rubber, or nylon straps with your purchase up to $50 in value. So first, getting too far into this review, let's look at a little bit of the backstory of Marathon. Marathon has roots back to the early 1900s and began really dipping their toes into the world of military-issued timepieces in 1941, producing timing instruments for the Allied forces. In the decades following, the brand's ethos has been continued as they develop watches for military use, being used by US soldiers and Canadian Armed Forces. The company today operates out of Canada, with all of their watches being produced in Switzerland, and they really pride themselves on creating watches that can be suitable on both military personnel as well as watch enthusiasts that are just looking for a rugged watch that can take a beating. But this model that we're going to be looking at today, I think pinpoints a need in the market that is rarely met. A diver that fits small wrists, something that's pretty hard to find when it comes to the modern standards of dive watches. The MSAR on the wrist comes in with a case size of 36 millimeters, a solid thickness of 13.6 millimeters, and a lug to lug of 43.5 millimeters. The watch, despite its small case size, still has some presence here, but it is really a great sweet spot for those that have smaller wrists. The crown at the 3 o'clock, nestled between the crown guards, extends out a couple millimeters from the case and has a nice knurling style, making it easy to access when screwing and unscrewing, while adding some nice contrast to the brush finish case and bracelet. The lugs in the piece contain drilled lugs to assist with the swapping of straps, and the piece features an 18mm lug width. And if you do purchase this watch from my store, full authorized dealer of Marathon watches with a factory warranty, make sure to use that promo code to get 2 free straps with your purchase. The bracelet features a brush finish and is very well constructed, coming in a 3-link style, has screwed in links, is very breathable, and has a secure clasp on the underside that you'd probably expect from a watch of this type, and has the inclusion of 5 micro adjustment points in the clasp, and is also available with the inclusion of the US government marking as well on that bracelet. The bezel comes in with a unidirectional 120 click that has a very smooth action and has a very nice audible sound to it. The bezel features an easy to engage, notched edge that extends out just slightly beyond the case underneath to assist with getting a grip, and at the 12 o'clock we have a triangular tip that contains superluminova to assist in the watch's luminescence in the dark. Casting over the dial, we have the inclusion of a sapphire crystal that will help the watch in its durable nature and provides view of the dial elements underneath. Perhaps the first thing that really stands out here when looking at this dial is that within the syringe style hands and at each of the hour markers, we have tritium tubes containing tritium. Now, tritium is an interesting material, and despite many watches leaning to using superluminova nowadays, tritium does have its benefits, as unlike superluminova that responds to a light source and will emit luminescence that will shine brighter in the dark in comparison to tritium, it does gradually fade quicker. On the contrary, tritium might not shine as bright as superluminova. It does, though, emit a constant luminescent source that will not fade like that of superluminova, making it a very good choice for those that will be operating in complete darkness. That said, those familiar with vintage watches know that tritium will eventually fade, and Marathon states that in these watches it will last up to 25 years. The dial here features 2 shades of illuminating, with all the hands and the hour markers containing a typical green tint, while the 12 o'clock marker contains an eye-catching orange to assist in the orientation of the watch in the dark. Along the outside of the dial, we have a detail line minute track containing 1/4 of a second for precise timing, large white hour markings for both 12 and 24 hour scale, a date window nestled between the 4 and the 5, the writing of Swiss made at the bottom of the dial, where Marathon has been producing their watches since 1939, and the peculiar use of radiation symbol at the 3 o'clock. But before you get too concerned, this presence is ensuring that this watch is in compliance with the US Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Flipping over the watch, we have view of a closed case back with quite a bit of military style markings, such as the ISO certification number, the NATO stock number, the amount of radiation present in this watch, the issued product code for the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and the cage number. Within the screw-down caseback, we have the reliable Sellita SW201, which is essentially another option to use in lieu of the ETA 2824-2. This Swiss automatic movement is one of the more popular movements out there, has great serviceability, and Marathon does regulate all of these movements and are performing quite well out of the box here. For the beat rate here, we're looking at 4 Hz, 28,800 vibrations per hour. It is hacking and hand winding, so you can stop the second hand when unscrewing that screw down crown and pulling it to the farthest position to set precise time, and also features hand winding at the unscrewed position to wind the watch, and has a 38-hour power reserve. So the charm that comes with Marathon producing great mil-spec watches really can't be overstated enough. There's a lot of intrigue here, and I think they do it the best out of any brand in this price range. But this particular member of the Search and Rescue lineup has appealed to hit another type of consumer as well, with its very wearable case for those with smaller wrists that still offers some presence. And for around $1,000, I think you'll be hard-pressed to find a more viable option for those that are looking for a smaller size dive watch that can also take as much of a beating as this one can take, and probably can compete with the clunkiest of divers out there. But in this case, you're getting anything but that. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you are in the market for this watch, definitely head over to the website, teddybaldassarre.com. Full authorized dealer, full factory warranty for any of the watches purchased. There's a lot of places you can buy watches online that are not authorized. So I work directly with the brands to ensure that you're getting a fully authentic product, and you're also getting that warranty again. And also definitely use the promo code down below as well. Also be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.